Hello, Just Too Good here, back for another review, and today we're going to be reviewing all 16 minifigures from LEGO Minifigures Series 13. This is set number 71008, recommended for ages 5 and up, and it retails for $4 in the United States, and this is a January 2015 LEGO Minifigures series. So now, let's take a look at the packaging. And here is the packaging for this. It has kind of a light lime green color, which is very comparable to Series 3. Which does have kind of a lighter color green to that, so it is a different color, and comparable to Series 11, which has another green color, so that's pretty cool. And on the pamphlets of each one, which you can see right here, of course they have that little minifigure checklist, but they also have a code that unlocks a character in Minifigures Online, or if you go to lego.com/minifigures, you can enter to win some free Lego sets, so that's pretty cool. So the first minifigure is a classic king, and we've never seen a king in the LEGO minifigures lineup, but this one is very, very well done. He has a new molding for his hair and crown combo, which looks fantastic. A nice new cape, which is right here for the top of his torso, which has some nice specs on it, and a totally separate cape for the bottom of his torso, which is a little bit more rounded than some other capes we've seen for LEGO. Also, he has a nice sword right there, some great printing on his torso and his legs, which with his cape removed, you could kind of see a better look at his torso and his design overall, which looks fantastic. I also removed his beard, which is nice in that brown color. Alright, so here is a sheriff, and he has some great printing overall. This includes his new torso and leg printing, which even has some side leg printing right there. His accessory is this little 2x2 tile with a wanted poster, but what it has on it is pretty cool because it's a Series 6 Bandit, so that's a nice reference to that past minifigure. And his handgun is just that old style handgun, not the new one from the Lone Ranger, but he does use the Lone Ranger's hat right there in a nice dark brown color with a little sheriff star in the middle, and a nice little brown mustache from the Lego Movie theme, which goes around his neck. And here's the sheriff without the mustache. You can see he has a face print similar to the Lego Movie's Abe Lincoln. And that's it for this minifigure. Next minifigure is the Unicorn Girl, and this one is a very cool minifigure because she has some nice new molds for her headpiece and her tail piece, which you put either up or down if you want. I have it down right here, but that goes around her legs, or the top of her legs, and she has some nice new leg and torso printing, a nice new face print, which looks a little bit like it has some chub to it, which I do kind of like. And that even has some freckles, and this nice new unicorn head mold, which has some nice eye printing, and it's made up of that new print, or that new piece right there, and this unicorn horn piece in white, which is pretty cool to get that piece in white. Next minifigure is the Snake Charmer, and he has two new molds to him. He has this new turban mold, which is different from the last Lego turban we got because it's missing that little hole in the middle, and also it has kind of a different surface design to it. And then he also has this nice new cobra mold, which is a totally new animal altogether because we've gotten snakes before but never a cobra, and you can see he has some great printing right there and on the back, but it's kind of a rubbery mold, which is pretty cool. And he has a 3 long little bar right there in that light brown color, and some great printing on his lime green torso and his legs right there. No back printing though. The next minifigure is the Goblin, and this guy's very cool because he has a nice new hat molding, which has his ears on it, and it looks like something that the Green Goblin would wear. And you can see it has a nice new printing on it as well for this patch, and it's very complex in its molding. I wonder if it was 2 separate pieces molded together in a factory, but you can see how well done that minifigure piece is. And then for the rest of the minifigure, some great printing all over. And it's nice to get this brown bag right here because we never got this bag piece in this dark brown color, but the Scimitar is very common in that color. So that's it for this minifigure, and now on to the next. And here's the next minifigure. It's the Paleontologist. She is definitely one of my favorites. I love how this minifigure came out. She has adorable facial printing, leg printing, which I love how they did that. It looks a little bit like maybe it was either layered, or it looks more likely that it was just some printing done because you can see that there's no different colors right there. So that's probably what it was, but that's some very well done printing because it carries over from the side legs to the front of the legs, and I love how they did that. And then they also have this little piece right here, which is a helix fossil printing, which is very cool for people who like Twitch Plays Pokemon, or people who love fossils. That's on a 1x1 tile that's circular. And then also for the rest of the minifigure, you can see that she has a totally new hair and hat combo piece. which was one whole molded piece, but painted on, you got a little bit of this dark orange hair, which looks very, very well done. Love how she came out, and she also even comes with a bone, so now on to the next minifigure. Here is the Alien Trooper, and he has, as an accessory, that Lego Movie gun in that dark bluish gray color, which looks really cool. A great azure torso right there with some nice printing overall that kind of represents some of the earlier, simpler Lego space themes, which I kind of like how that came out because the design's kind of simple but still pretty cool. And his face right here, or his headpiece, is a totally new molding altogether that's kind of rubbery, and it has some great detailing all around. Maybe if you colored this red, he would kind of represent Zoidberg. You can even see he has some nice back torso printing right there. Here is Egyptian Warrior, and this guy has two new molds. He has a new molding for his kite shield right there, which is different from the last kite shield that we were kind of expecting from Lego because it's a little bit bigger and it uses a handlebar design instead of a T design for it to be held by minifigures, so that's kind of interesting. And also he has a little sword that was used in Pharaoh's Quest and a new molding for his hat piece right here, or helmet piece, and it looks very, very well done. I love how this came out. Very cool. And also his torso is pretty detailed, and his legs, and he also has some back printing on his torso as well. So that's a very well done minifigure, and let's go into next. And here is the handyman or construction worker, and he is very well done because he has this nice new saw molding and a new 1x4 planked tile printing, which looks really cool. And also his legs have some great printing, as goes for his torso. He even uses those short sleeves from the Simpsons series in that light blue color, which looks really cool. And he has a nice new, this molding right here, which isn't new, but it's new to get it in this color, which has kind of a yellow or light orange coloring and kind of a light brown hair coloring. So that's very well done. And then there's his face printing. So very cool minifigure. Now on to the next. And here is the Evil Wizard, who seems to be a companion to the Series 12 Wizard. And he has some great cape printing right here, which are two new cape fabric moldings, it looks like. One goes on the top and then one goes on the bottom of that cape. And they have these little flame designs that are a little bit reminiscent to Manos, the Hands of Fate, if that's what they were going for, which is a very weird movie. And he has that little staff right there with the flame coming out and that black beard. Taking off his capes, you can see his facial printing right there and his nice torso printing. And he has no back torso printing though. So here is the Fencer. Nice minifigure. He has some nice designs on his torso and legs, so I would have preferred if it didn't have that logo right there. Nice rapier, and the best part is this new molding for his helmet, which looks pretty cool. If you take off the helmet, he actually does have a nice new face print underneath, which has kind of a smirking look to it. Here is the Samurai, and she is, she's alright. I mean, I have three of her, but she has some nice little swords or katanas in that iron kind of color. It's like a dark gray. And a very cool little armor piece right here in that dark red coloring. And then a new face print, which is a very angry facial expression. Her hair piece is the same as the sumo guy from Series 3 in black, which is the same color as that guy. And then some nice new torso printing and leg printing right there. No back printing whatsoever though. And here is a Disco Diva. She has some great printing overall on her legs, the side of her legs, her arms, which look so really, really good. But other than that, I don't know. The purple color kind of limits the use for her, at least for me. I don't know about you guys. I know there's some people who like her out there. But overall, I guess that printing kind of saves the minifigure by from being a bad one. She has some nice little roller skates right there in that white color, which we have not gotten them before in that white color, as is the hairpiece right here, which we've never gotten, this afro hairpiece in this dark brown color. No back facial printing, which is kind of disappointing because I would have liked if she had a neutral face without her glasses, but that's it for this minifigure. And here is a hot dog guy who has this nice new molding, which is just this hot dog suit right here, which goes over his headpiece. It's actually molded of one piece with some paint on it, which looks pretty cool. You can kind of see how his headpiece fits in there. Other than that, nothing too exciting about him. He has kind of a neutral face, a little torso and legs with no printing whatsoever. No other accessory other than this hot dog piece right here. And here is a Lady Cyclops, the dark pit to the Cyclops of Series 9, because she's really just a printing swap and palette swap of the Series 9 Cyclops all the way down to the accessory. But other than that, she has some okay printing on her torso and legs, which do carry on to the side, so that's pretty impressive. And some back printing. And the cool part about her is that her face print underneath is kind of cute. This side not too much, but you can switch it around, and she has a different facial printing, which shows up differently once you put the torso on, or the headpiece on, so that's pretty cool. And here is the Galaxy Trooper, a nice companion to the other Galaxy minifigures, which are the Series 9 Alien Trooper and the Series 7 Galaxy Patrol guy. And he does have some great torso molding right there, which is a new molding altogether, or not really torso, but body armor molding, which has some nice printing on it as well. 2 pistols, a nice helmet design, which is the same one used by those 2 that I just showed, but it does have some nice new printing on top, and it is in that kind of gray color. And on the back, the little body armor piece has 2 clips, so you can put his 2 pistols on there and another printed piece right there. And underneath, he does have no printing whatsoever on his torso, but you can kind of see his leg printing right there. And a double-sided face, which is pretty cool, right there and right there, which kind of changes how he looks with his helmet on. Overall, this series is very well done, and for some countries like the United States, it definitely warrants that $4 price tag, unlike the Series 12, which I'm not sure completely if that was really warranting of the $4 price tag, which we've seen kind of a race since the Simpsons series. And you could see it kind of really warrants it here because there's some great, very well done kind of molding and printing all over these minifigures. Some of my favorites include the Classic King, who has a great kind of crown and hair combo molding, which is exclusive to him and very well done. The Paleontologist, who has another great hair and hair combo, or hair and hat combo, with some fantastic, adorable printing all over her. And the Goblin, who has a totally new mold for his kind of hood and his ears, which looks great, and his printing all around is very welcoming to the fantasy lineup of LEGO. And some of my least favorites, like the Disco Diva and the Lady Cyclops, still have some great printing on them. Like the Disco Diva has some great silver and that light purple coloring on her, and the Lady Cyclops has a pretty good printed face, which I like how that came out. So overall, tell me what you guys thought of this series and which ones are your favorites. And I definitely recommend this series, and it's definitely one of my favorites, I think, at this point. So I'll see you guys later, and peace out.